Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Shooting the Shift. That's Matt.
Hello.
That's Bryn.
Hi.
That's Milton.
Hello.
I can get it right when I move them back to the original positions.
And then you always forget to introduce yourself.
Bam. Everyone knows who I am.
Everyone knows that, twat.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if somebody's this many episodes deep into Shooting the Shift, they know who we all are at this point.
Oh. Hi, Will.
Hi, Will. Yeah, fair point.
Hey, Will.
To that one person who's listening to us every week religiously on Spotify, thank you. So a couple of quick things at the front. If you can smash the like and subscribe button, that'd be great. We had a whole year out because of stuff that really slowed us down. And we're back and we're doing all the things. We're going off doing things. And we're going to put some different people in front of the camera. It's not just going to be me when we're not here. It's going to be Milton for Autosport.
I'm gonna try a thing.
It's a brave new world for Milts. So that's going to happen. Don't know when I'll get that edited because we're doing a few days at Autosport this year, which will be tiring. We're going to spend day one. We're going to be there on the Friday. So if you're there on the trade day and you want to go and see me and Milts, you know how to get in touch with us. Find the email address that we've left in at least 4 episodes now. And we'll try and arrange something. If you're a sponsor and you want to get at us, the socials down at the bottom, I'll be checking them in the run-up to the week. So just fire us a message over and we can come and have a chat about driving, what we do, the channel, all that kind of stuff. That's really dated the episode very quickly. But now, very importantly, with his own intro piece, once again, it's time for the news with Matt.
Yeah. It's sad news this week, though, because I think probably everybody in the motorsports seen that Ken Block obviously passed away this week. This week.
No.
Again, I'm dating the episode, but snowmobile accident, unfortunately. Ironically, not a motorsport related injury, as it were. It's extreme sports, but it's not motorsport.
Yeah.
It's got a motor in it though, so is it actually a motorsport?
It wasn't competing. I think it was just out and about.
I think he was basically away with his family for Christmas.
Yeah.
He does because he lived in Utah. That's where
it was on his ranch in Utah.
They get a lot of snow. And he already had snowmobiles and all that, so I think this was a new thing for him.
I think the scariest thing about that is the day before there's a video of him on the snowmobile doing wheelies stuff on his TikTok. And the day that it happened, he was posting a video of his daughter. So all of our thoughts go out to his family and friends. We're not going to labour the point. I think the only other point to make about that is to the car community as a whole, there are some pretty disgusting people out there who have already got RIP Ken Block stickers out on the likes of eBay and their websites, and they're telling people these stickers cost like £2 to £3 to make. I'm going to tell you right now, as someone who makes stickers, they fucking don't. Those people are making the money out of someone whose body's barely cold, and I think we should give them all the derision and disrespect they deserve, rather, quite bluntly. So if any of you are making those and you've got a problem with it, I'll be at Autosport next week if you want to punch in the deck.
Moving swiftly on.
So the other bit of news that Matt had for us a couple of weeks ago, but then we did stupid things like got John on and got Mac on and had like really important grown-up chats,
and viral videos for our channel.
Yeah, that and this was going to be a news segment, but I think it deserves its own episode at this point. And it was obviously that Mercedes-Benz were introducing a subscription service to lock faster acceleration, basically putting it behind a paywall.
Was it on the electric cars?
on their electric cars specifically, so obviously you can use an ECU to control how fast you accelerate. And it was going to be an annual cost, excluding tax, of £991 a year.
How do they work that out?
What
they do is they sit with their board and go, we want to make this amount of money. Divide it by how many cars they sell and go, this is how much it's going to cost.
No.
Because shit like this is nothing more than corporate greed and a way of making reoccurring revenue.
It gets better than that, actually, man. What they do is they go, corporate greed! And then they pick the random number out there. They don't even sit with
£82.50 a month.
For £82.50 a month, we will put a special subscription on our Patreon. And what you get is to continue to see us every week on YouTube for free.
I guarantee if there's an option to pay it per month instead of annually in one chunk, you will pay more.
Yeah.
I think if people want to pay that money, what they can do is see all of the same episodes, but in 1.25 times speed. So you see all the same content, but faster.
So accelerated.
So I'm going to screw those people over and talk at 0.75 speed.
So I've got. I think the Mercedes one, and trust the sales guy to marginally defend the corporate. I very marginally defend the corporate greed, but could it not be argued that in our internal combustion engine cars, some of the performance has been locked behind the paywall, and we go to the modification companies to buy the parts to unlock that performance?
Yeah, but that's not Mercedes.
It's actually funny you should bring this up, because when I was looking into buying my Mazda 6 5 years ago at this point, there's two different versions of the diesel engine.
Yep.
So you get one with 150 horsepower, which is the one I had, and then the one with 175 horsepower. And the only difference was an ECU. It was the same ECU, but it had a different map loaded onto it. And that is essentially the same thing. However, Mazda were not charging me nearly £1,000 a year to have that more power. That's just a trim level. That's what that is. It's kind of what you're what you're alluding to.
Trying to quantify it, could it be because that's going to be more load, so they're going to have to replace parts more often, they need to recoup the costs of that issue?
Then build your motors suitable for that amount of acceleration.
Yeah, it's interesting, because that is the way that it would make sense for me, is if the dealer is doing everything for you and you pay more. That's a silly amount more. It ain't going to cost them that much more, but you pay more because they're looking after the car. But I don't think that really is how it works. However, what dealers are not getting to do anymore is a lot of the oil changes, which I'm pretty sure is where a lot of money comes in from. So it kind of seems like they're having to work out other ways of bringing in that money.
And brakes on electric cars.
But that's a good point. That is the only reason they're doing this, is to make money. There is no other reason that they're doing this. And it goes back to BMW, who were in the news before Mercedes for this, for charging for their heated seats.
Yeah, now that I properly do disagree with. You can make loads of arguments why the subscription for the more power, the better things, the upgrades for your car can make sense. But the heated seats are there. They're in the car. For you to be able to pay a subscription to get them, they're already in the car. That makes no sense. How do you make that a subscription? That's an upgrade. You buy the car with the seats in them.
So there's 2 points I want to make here. First one is subscriptions in general, even outside of the car world, make no sense when it's for something that you don't need to maintain. So, for example, your home internet connection is a service. You're constantly using it. It costs money to have bandwidth and upload stuff and all that stuff. And then BT or whoever has to look after the lines out in the road and all of that stuff. That makes sense. That's fair enough. Stuff that doesn't need to be a subscription, that you buy once, does not need to be a subscription. A heated seat does not need to be a subscription. You buy it once. That's it.
So
it does not need to be maintained. If it needs replacing, it's a warranty claim. Or it's just broken.
Do they
in the
replace...
case of the BMW, though, you don't even buy it once. For them to be able to do it as a subscription, it must already be in your car. You can look at it. You can see the heated seat, and they go, no, you haven't paid for that. But it's in the car. You've made it. You've put it in the car.
This is a follow-up to my other point, right? What they're trying to do is install everything at once on the production line to save money. That makes sense. However, what they should do is have it as a single unlock fee and nothing else. Which means if somebody goes out and buys a brand new BMW, it's got everything installed already on it, and then you pay whatever the upgrade fee would have been, which is exactly the same as it was before, to unlock whatever features you want. But what that also means is if I buy that BMW 5 years down the line and whoever it didn't spec the heated seats, but I want the heated seats, drive down to BMW, pay them that same amount of money, and now I've got heated seats.
They're already there.
So
that's what I hate about it. It makes total sense. What Matt is saying.
That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it.
But it's still not. You can't give me something.
But
give me something and say you can't have it.
But Brent, the other side of this point is that actually what that means is it is more cost effective for them to install heated seats in every car.
That's my point.
Let me finish, Matt. And risk people not using them and not subscribing to them, right? Than it is to just have it paid and put in the car. Which also means it's incredibly cheap, and they've been ripping you off for heated seats since the 80s.
Question: is this subscription a yearly thing or a monthly thing?
Depends. Some cases it's...
So the article I've got here...
if it's monthly?
The article I've got here is £25 per month to unlock heated seats and steering wheels.
So what happens if I pay it for 1 month, and then before the end of the month, I then take away my bank card so they can't charge me? Or
it goes charged and then your it gets pushed out.
What if I put my car in airplane mode?
Then you'll probably lose it. What will happen?
There will be the equivalent of as someone who works in selling software license in Milton, what there will be is the equivalent of a timeout on it when it doesn't receive a signal to say that it's been paid, and you'll probably get about 15 to 30 days of it not knowing that it's been paid, and then it'll cut out.
Then you change your date and time on your card to January.
No. What's going to happen is we're already living in a world of always online for literally everything. Your car is no different to this. And what will happen is the car will go, I've not had an internet connection for 24 hours. You don't get any of the things. Regardless of whether you paid for them or not, it will just cut the whole lot off.
If it's anything like Windows, when you do give it an internet connection again, it'll be completely unusable for a whole day while it thinks about what it's missed in the time.
And then it'll go, oh yeah, I need to update now. And you probably won't be able to drive your car while it's updating. And then what will happen is if you haven't been on the internet for 5 days, it'll go, yay, tough shit, you've lost 5 days of your subscription.
There is in fact
what if you get a cracked key?
There is a much scarier implication of being able to control an engine's power remotely via a subscription. Can you imagine the COVID lockdown where the government could remove the subscription to your car being able to work?
They can try.
So this is the other thing that's going to happen is if we go down this road, the government
how far will they go?
You've not paid for your tax on your car. You can't drive it.
Yeah.
I'd prefer that to what they actually did.
But the problem
did was not contact me for months and then go, here's a big fine.
So the other thing to point out there, Brent, is if that's what they do, how the fuck do I move any of my cars around my drive that are currently sold?
But they wouldn't be on the road, so that'd be fine. In fact, that might be quite nice because if you only drive your
GPS isn't that accurate.
7 times a year like I do, you wouldn't have to pay much tax. If it was like a daily subscription, imagine if you could pay tax just every time you drove your car. That'd be great.
That would not be great. That is a paper. That is essentially paper mile.
It would be great up until the point they charge you. It would be great up until the point they charge you £10 per day instead of £20 per month. which it currently is for an MX-5.
Yeah, but that's a different problem. That's an entirely different.
That's the future.
What if you could tax the person? Put a microchip in the person. Oh, we're getting a bit now, aren't we?
Because I can't drive two cars at the same time. I can try.
No, boys. Let's not give the Tories any ideas.
Imagine how much faster I could get to work if I could have a Sandevistan implanted in my spine.
A what?
It's a cyberpunk reference.
We're on a really, really side tangent.
Sorry, we're not on a tangent. We're not on a tangent. So we're the tangent that we went down there is if the subscription model exists for the manufacturer in your car, what does that mean? The government can make the manufacturer do to your car.
What about a subscription where you just get different cars every day? You subscribe for a class of car and you could just walk up to any hatchback and drive it away.
Interestingly, not that far removed from a trend. So what you can do is you can subscribe to cars sort of by the month, and you can change that up whenever you want every month. And that's probably down to this whole culture where people need the latest and newest of everything right now. I really shouldn't say that. I'm the biggest hypocrite of that this week.
I can say before we started recording, me and Bam were talking about his brand new Google Pixel 7.
Yeah.
Which what happened is from 2019.
What happened, right? In my defense was I realized it was cheaper for me to be on the newer phone on my phone contract. So I used my anytime upgrade and I went for it. Now, if that's going to work with cars, if I can get a better car for less money and trade it in a couple of months later, then yeah, I'd do that.
This is the sort of thing that you start thinking about when you think about leases and stuff like that. Where you don't have to pay the upkeep or any of that stuff. But it also means if you just want a car, you have no interest in modifying it, you just want to get to A to B reliably, you don't want to care about any of the servicing or any of that, you can
you get on public transport?
I mean, it's basically, that is a model, isn't it? Public transport that's personal but publicly used.
Yeah.
The problem with public transport, for me, for example, to get to my office at the time I need to start working, and it will take me 2.5 hours to get there, and that includes a 30-minute walk from the train station to the office. If I leave in my car, it takes me 45 minutes.
But what if it's not your car? What if it's a public car that you drive to work?
And
then for the rest of the day, it can be doing other stuff. It's the thing, isn't it?
So that is basically what all of these electric scooters are, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think it's a thing for cars in some really...
I swear I've seen it,
well be.
So you walk up and you get a code and you go, that car's...
Yeah, and I beat this into my car. And I think actually you do this with, I think it's Enterprise are doing it, where you get it on your phone, and I think specifically with electric cars. They give you the code, you punch the code into your phone, and it unlocks the car that you stood next to.
Yeah, that's what we did when I moved house. We just got one of those code punch vans. It was actually really good. It was really, really handy.
I think actually, and that makes a point as we try and move to a net zero future. Is if you're not a car enthusiast and you don't really care what you're driving and you live in a city, why not just go outside, punch a code inside the car, pick up a couple of your mates on the way in, split the cost of the driving, and go in? It's no different to a car share.
Yeah, and it also fixes the problem that in cities you've got cars sat around for 8 hours while people are at work just taking up room. They could be driving tourists around instead.
Yeah. We established this when we went up to BDC, for example, last year. We all went in Bam's car because why would we all take individual cars?
Yeah.
And it's easier than public transport. We had stuff to take with us. It was more convenient because we had to be at the track nice and early. There's no public transport up to the track early. So we just take one car. It's like,
and it's a great excuse for everybody to be driving a toaster because that is the most suitable shape for the most versatile use. In fact, if we make them all electric spikes, because the back seats can go flat into the floor, then everyone's got a little van, but the front seats can also fold back flat into back, and everyone can go camping in it. And it's a whole thing that I've been through about 1 million times before. But if they were all electric spikes, yeah.
Are you advertising a car that not only hasn't existed for 20 years, but didn't even exist in this country?
I am suggesting that what we do is we import all the remaining spikes from Japan, stick electric motors and computers in them.
Hang on a minute, shit of it, hang on. Bam, do you own a
and
Honda
then we
Spike?
charge then what we do is charge them a subscription fee to use it, which is the whole thing that we're telling people not to do.
That's the one. Ladies and gentlemen,
Brilliant.
corporate greed!
That's how you make a subscription service worth it. And you get free toast.
Yeah.
Brilliant segue. So, you're
Mr.
segues.
Sorry.
Corporate greed of Tesla, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You've got a car company. What service would you put a thing on?
Brakes.
A subscription base.
Brakes.
It's got to be logical to make money, Ben. If they crash, they can't pay it.
He's right about brakes, though, because that would make people more fuel efficient if it charged them every time they braked.
No, Brent, not even that, right? You get in a car. Brakes. You get in a car. Do you want to crash it? Do you ever go out in a car going, my brakes don't work, I'm going to crash it?
Yes. I've done that a few times where my handbrake wasn't working. And things.
The MX-5's not great on brakes.
You're right. So, but in all honesty, would you deliberately...
People, we can slow down with sideways.
Would you deliberately go out as a normal person? Would you deliberately go out in a car with non-functioning brakes?
Yeah, have you met normal people? They are fucking psychopaths.
Yeah, I avoid them at all costs, friend.
You think we do dodgy shit? You should see some of the shit that's out there on the road. Me and Nicole followed somebody not that long ago who clearly had a caliper stuck on.
Was it Key?
It was smoking, pouring smoke out the front wheel. We lost her at a roundabout, caught her back up again at the side of the road with a flat tyre where the heat had got so much it had melted the tyre.
That's because she hadn't paid her caliper subscription.
Yeah,
but she was powering on through.
Right, tangent.
Change. Anytime you change speed, you have to pay just a little bit of money because that would make people drive more.
So genuinely, going back to Milton's question, servicing. So we kind of do this for our dog already. We pay per month to be part of their pet club, and then all of our vaccinations and worming and all of that is included. So if I pay BMW, for example, X amount of money per month, every time my car's due for a service, I take it in, leave it with them, don't give them any money, and then drive it away.
Mate, you know that thing called a service plan, right?
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's already a thing, bud.
What you get if you but it costs far more than doing it normally.
Can you do it? Well, that's how they make the money.
Yeah, but it averages. It averages out so that you can do major services and stuff. I think, Brendan.
Yeah. Does it include stuff like brakes, calipers?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. But I would be inclined to have one that was literally everything that covered everything. So if a part broke, I just take
like
it
insurance, but for your own car.
Yeah. So
it doesn't have
if the car breaks down, but I've got this subscription. The RSC come and pick me up. I say, take me to the nearest BMW garage. They fix it, and then I drive it away.
Extended warranty, then, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but extended warranties exclude wear and tear and stuff like that, and there'll be certain things that aren't included. I want everything.
What Matt wants is break fix support for his car.
But better than that, if his car breaks, he gets another car while they fix his car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go down there, you drop it off, they give you a courtesy car, they fix whatever it is, doesn't matter how much it costs, they will fix it or they will give you the car to replace it to keep.
Okay.
So
Bryn,
what you essentially have is your normal government insurance tax, whatever, you pay BMW and then you have no maintenance costs outside of that. Tyres, brakes, all of that, everything's included. So there's no surprise bills. Throw a rod through the block, not a problem, I'm covered.
Even if you press page up on the ECU?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you have a higher tier subscription that includes your any modifications you've done.
Go on, Bryn, what would your subscription-based service be to earn as much money as possible?
But I have morals.
That's where I have an advantage, sir.
You're a CEO.
That's why mine covers normal shit. I'm not doing one to make
all you care about is money.
Well, no. None of it makes sense. That's the problem. None of it makes sense, and I can't get away from that. But it would be features. It would be features. You want to turn your sub up? That's a subscription. Yeah, you listen to only treble unless you pay me more money, and then I give you that super bass.
But in Bryn's subscription model, it's a massive 12-inch sub that's in the boot in the way. But if you don't pay for it, it stays in the way.
All about the bass.
Or you can pay a subscription to have a spare wheel instead.
Do you know what? Do you know what my subscription model would be for?
Everything.
Thinking about no. On BMWs, just the M-Tech badge. That
M-Sport.
It pulls inside. It pulls inside the boot lid and hides itself unless you pay your subscription.
I like it.
I've changed my mind. My subscription is for any seat that's not the driver's seat.
Excellent. I don't need passengers anymore. Great.
Exactly. I kind of dig that idea because I never take passengers in my massive 5-seater cars.
When I lived in the States, there was only me in the 7-seater Lincoln Navigator, so that's ideal. Because also the seats being out of it, what I could do is fit a full longboard, the whole length of it.
Now you have to pay for that.
What happens here is if you start paying your subscription, BMW turn up, use the copy of your key that they've got because everything's modern, unlock your car and take your seats out during the night.
Yep.
So you'll get back up in the morning and all your seats are gone.
Yeah.
A lot of effort.
But
they have to get under there, unplug your heated seats that you haven't paid for, unplug the lumbar support.
I don't think they'd even have to remove them. They'd just have to have all of the bolts just lift themselves out, and then they could just stay there. And when you try and move in the morning, all the seats are loose in the car.
No. All you do, Bryn, is lock your seatbelts.
No, that's popular idea.
No. Yeah, that's not a good idea.
People drive that seatbelt.
Because you think a car having no seats is going to stop people getting in as a passenger.
But all it would have to do is detect that there's somebody sat on the seat and the seatbelt's locked and it just wouldn't let you go anywhere.
Yeah, it just won't start.
That's actually a good idea. I say a good idea. That is a logical idea.
Every single subscription is a fucking terrible idea.
Correct.
Apart from the one for your brakes.
I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. Subscriptions are a parasite on society.
I do dig the trim level subscription idea because let's face it, only people who care enough to pay money for the extra badges should be punished by this.
Yeah.
I actively take badges off cars.
Yeah. The problem with all of this stuff is it's a stupid idea. People outcry and say it's a stupid idea.
And then pay the money.
Yeah. So
that's
what?
The problem.
What you need to do, people, is get better at
for it.
Revolting. Don't pay for it, but also set fire to the dealerships. I mean, what?
The only way any of this is going to go away is if people don't do it.
Or burn it to the ground.
Simple. That works too.
Buy an old Passat.
And then burn it to the ground.
And buy a GS and a Mazda Mark 1.
This is what's going to happen, is if there's no way of buying a brand new car that doesn't have a subscription, nobody will buy brand new cars.
Yep.
Why buy a brand new car? There's lots of cars out there that are still running and just sitting there that have been built.
Somebody bought them brand new at one point.
Yeah,
think about
second-hand cars.
Think about all those second-hand cars in the pound just waiting to be adopted, people.
A car's not just for a track day.
And the problem is, if we go down this route, your two options will be the subscription service where you get a new car every so often, or buying the cars that have been driven by people who know they never have to have them when they're old.
Oh, yeah.
Those are your only choices now.
A rental car is the world's fastest car, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's cold, so rev dinger. Yeah.
There's one of those over the road from me, actually. I just let him do it. He's not a great neighbour.
I know who lives opposite you, so yeah.
Tangent. Hi, Claire.
Why are we saying hi to Claire?
Just because I want to see if people hear the name and they can comment.
so people can comment and say, yeah, I was watching.
Yeah, which reminds us, at least 70%. At least
we call the names.
At least 70% of you people that are watching us aren't subscribed, and part of that is because what you've done is you've clicked on the link right, on Facebook, okay? And it's opened it in the Facebook browser. So what I want you to do right now is just go up to that little hamburger logo, just on the top, this side of your screen, actually, because I'm mirrored. Just go up to the top right of your screen right now. Click that hamburger logo, right? There's going to be a drop down. It's going to say open in YouTube or open in Chrome. Open it in Chrome. It'll open your YouTube app. Then just smash that subscribe button. It's super helpful for us. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you hit the little bell as well, you get a notification whenever we drop something new. And if you don't want to miss out on Milton doing his whole first piece to camera at Autosport.
Or Milton turning around and going, explosion.
It's not happening. I'm not editing that in, Matt. You don't have the power.
I know, he doesn't get it anymore.
And Milton's trying to keep me on side so I don't edit it to make him look like a Muppet this week. So
explosion.
The fact that I've now got to go and search for the world's tiniest little poof out of that is really annoying.
Only smoke, no explosion.
Yeah, exactly. No, so look, I think kind of the point about this is if you're not careful,
stupid idea.
If you're not careful, you'll own nothing and be happy, and I mean that in the most sincere and disgusting possible way. If you're making money off Ken Block stickers on the internet a few days after he died, you're a complete and utter arsehole.
That's the polite way of putting it.
Yeah, I haven't used the C-bomb because then YouTube will properly tell me.
Yeah, you haven't had to bleep anything yet.
No, it's because I can't be bothered with the bleeps when I'm editing.
Bam. If you want to buy stickers and you don't want to buy them out of...
And you don't need a memorial sticker to Mr. Block, go to www.violentrunning.co.uk where we can sell you stickers that your employers will make you take off their cars because they're not appropriate for customer site visits.
Also, stickers that Facebook won't allow you to display.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Facebook won't let me advertise stickers. Really importantly, actually, in the long-raging war of we should be allowed to post what we want on our own website that I won with Facebook and I won with Google Ads and we won on Instagram, we have not won against TikTok. They have stood by their morals and they will not let us link you back to their website. So that's why we don't tag products in our YouTube videos.
So you can watch porn on TikToks, but you can't put a sticker on some boobs.
What?
They draw the line at me writing fuck on a sticker. That's the actual reason.
Actually, all of our stickers are implied nudity.
But
indeed they are.
To be fair, TikTok is a place for...
So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening now as we are descending into chaos?
That's a subscription for chaos. This is mediocre. You have to subscribe for chaos.
Yeah, this is mediocre. So if you want...
The only subscription you are allowed to do is to our channel.
If you want to catch more...
no, I didn't pay the subscription to my camera. Oh, no. Hang on, let me just get my card out.
Oh, God, I didn't pay the subscription to grab it!
Sorry.
That's the future. That's the future for you all. So what we've got to do is not agree to subscribe to these models, and then they'll go away. And we'll just all get them anyway, because, we are people who modify cars, and it's not like we've ever just made features available to ourselves in the past.
I might add, hackers have already unlocked BMW seated seats.
But that's a crime.
That's illegal. We would never encourage anyone to do anything illegal.
The same way people did to John Deere and then started playing Doom on their tractors. So in a matter of time, people will play Doom on your car.
People will play Doom.
My God.
There you go. Let's take up this point from this episode. We will play Doom on your tractor if you let us. My name's Bam.
Yeah, and if we don't let you.
My name's Bam. I'm trying to shut him up before he goes on another rant, or before he goes on another rant, and he's moved, and that's Bryn now. It's all chaos. It's all gone horribly wrong. We'll be back on the next episode, where hopefully we'll bring some sort of semblance of organisation, maybe with some dude from a detailing company that's coming to talk to us soon. But other than that, thanks a lot for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button. Milton, you can flash your little sponsor if you would like to. It's
Autoglim.
It's Autoglim. I nearly said my local other detailing company there. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good time. Like and subscribe. This has been a really long segment at the end. Sorry. Bye-bye.
Bye. Don't drop exhaust on your face.
Yeah, Bryn, how are you, my friend?
It really hurts.